and welcome to another episode of Muppet Monday! So, we are already 4 episodes into the new Muppet series, and it seems like everyone's been asking the same question. Where in the world is Walter? Yeah! Wait, who's Walter again? Ugh. Okay, for the 2 of you out there who may be watching and don't know who Walter is, here's a quick breakdown. Walter is a Muppet character who first appeared in the 2011 film The Muppets, and he played the brother of Jason Segel's character. He was not originally a Muppet, but being a big fan of Kermit and the gang, he helped them save their theater from being torn down by an evil oil tycoon. The Muppets accepted him as one of them, yada yada yada, big celebration, everybody's happy. Yay! If you want to know more, then go watch my full review of the film. Or just go watch the movie. Now, a lot of times when a character is created specifically for a Muppet film, they don't normally show up again outside of that movie, but since then, Walter has made regular appearances with the Muppets in interviews, specials, music videos, the next Muppet film, Muppets Most Wanted, and he even starred in the short-lived web series Disney Drive-On. That web series on its own even had potential to be a regular thing, but it was...
You promised you would call me, and I really thought we had something going on.
Well, they didn't keep making more, let's just say that. So, as it would seem, Walter had established himself as a key essential part of the franchise and would keep taking part in other Muppet-related media. Now, why is that exactly? Why would this character get the special treatment of getting the chance to continue with the Muppet legacy, even though the 2011 film canon is likely to be done with? Well, for one, like I mentioned before, Walter was actually officially invited to join the Muppets. And with a big climactic ending like they had in the film, there would probably be questions as to why he wasn't around if they didn't have him come back. Kind of like we're asking right now, huh? The second reason that he stuck around, the canon of the film didn't quite end because the next film, Muppets Most Wanted, was a direct sequel. And Walter even got to play a decently big part in that film too. So I guess he was kind of destined to stick around by default? Well, here's another reason why I think he stuck around after. Walter, in my opinion, not only represents the love and the appreciation that we have for the Muppets, but he also represents that part of the franchise that touches us on a really humanistic level. What's always been so magical about the Muppets is that there's always been this sense of reality to them, like they live in our world, so you could actually go talk to Kermit or go hang out with Gonzo in a way that you could never do with a cartoon character. And a lot of that has to do with their awesome personalities, but it also mostly comes from the fact that they're puppets and you can actually like talk to them in interviews and such. And as I mentioned before, Walter was originally a fan of the Muppets as he felt a very strong connection with them, and he ultimately not only got the chance to meet them, but he also got the chance to work with them. And having a big fan like Walter get to realize that dream, well, that just kind of makes the whole reality of the Muppets even more believable. And let's face it, even in small moments when he kind of feels out of place, he's still a lovable character. Let's just say that his likability pretty much quickly turned me from being a little iffy on his existence to having him become one of my favorite Muppets.
Your fans never left you. The world hasn't forgotten. All you need to do is show them again.
Now, here's what's interesting. The new Muppet Show is supposedly focusing on the Muppets and their life in the office and life outside the office in a way that's supposed to bring their reality into our world, and yet they excluded the one character who really brought that sense of reality to life in the last 4 years. Interesting. Which also suddenly begs the question, what alternate universe is this new show supposed to take place in? Is this new show supposed to take place like in our current, like now world and not in the alternate universe of the films where they weren't together for a while? I mean, Kermit did mention at one point that Miss Piggy's talk show had been on the air for at least 5 years, so it doesn't seem like the 2011 film and this show share the same canon. And if that's the case, does that mean that if Walter were to be on the show, he wouldn't be playing the exact same character that got invited to join the Muppets? I mean, I know the Muppets aren't really known for having consistent canons, but something doesn't add up here. I don't know. Maybe that's a little hard to comprehend, and quite frankly, I don't want to debate about it. Now, another thing to bring up is that the very last appearance we saw of Walter was actually earlier this year when he showed up in the first look presentation. He didn't have any lines, but he was still there. And I know the continuity of this presentation doesn't have anything to do with the series, but it still seems like ABC had meant for him to do something on the show, but since then, there hasn't been any mention from the Muppets or Disney or ABC or anybody as to whether or not he's gonna come back. He just suddenly doesn't appear to exist anymore. And again, that makes you wonder, why in the world would ABC be leaving out one of the most important Muppet characters of the last couple of years, especially when he played a big part in making the Muppets more believable? I mean, didn't Ralph and Floyd have a really good point when in Muppets Most Wanted they said,
Walter quit the Muppets? We just did a whole movie where he joined the Muppets.
Yeah, we sure spent a lot of time on it.
yeah, so why are we now going the extra mile to exclude him? Could it possibly be that ABC has a bigger part in store for him later in the series? Well, while we're unable to officially answer that question, I do have a little theory as to why he's not on the show yet. At least, not right now. It is very possible that right now the producers are just trying to kind of get a feel for the series and seeing what the characters can get away with and just playing like with what relationships they have with each other inside the office and outside the office, and if all goes well, then maybe they'll bring back in more characters and then they'll have him play a bigger part. If that's the case, then I guess Walter just doesn't seem to fit the bill for being able to start off the series. Yet, that also makes you wonder why they would be giving parts to lesser known characters like Uncle Deadly and Chip. Again, interesting. It's not my place to say whether or not he'll appear on the show, but his performer Peter Linz is still a main Muppet performer and he's been puppeteering on all the episodes so far, so sounds like there's a good chance that he may appear at some point. Maybe for at least one episode, if not more. But come on! The Muppets would not be where they are right now without Walter. You have to bring him back. Come on, come on. And finally, if Disney is in any way, shape, or form not sure what to do with Walter, I have a little suggestion. In the third episode, Kermit's assistant Yolanda let on that she was taking night courses to become an ultrasound technician, and that makes it sound like she has other plans outside of working at this office. Now, I like Yolanda. It's not only nice to have some older Muppet characters making appearances, but she's also a spunky female, and we definitely need more of those on this show. But for whatever reason, it seems like we're soon going to get what we can out of her, and if that's the case, couldn't we maybe just have her get that ultrasound technician job and then maybe have Kermit need a new assistant and hire Walter to do just that? That just seems like a perfect job for him, don't you think? He's already a huge fan and has a lot of knowledge of the Muppets and their history, so what if he became Kermit's assistant and then like slowly worked his way up to becoming a producer later on? Sounds like a good subplot to me. Also, he's a big nerd and he seems like he's pretty tech savvy, so what if he like ran the social media for the show or something? Maybe he and Chip could even have like a nerdy subplot or something at some point, you know, just a suggestion. I don't know, but if you guys really want to show your support and feel the same way and want to bring Walter back, then try to shoot some tweets over at Disney or ABC and let them know. Just say, hey, we miss Walter. We want him back here. Come on, Walter. Come on. Come back. We need you, man. The Muppets aren't the same without you anymore. Come back! So those are my thoughts on Walter not yet appearing on the show and hopefully having him come back. Now my question is, do you guys think that he should come back? Well, be sure to leave me a comment below and be sure to let me know if there's anything specific that you want me to address in the next Muppet Monday. Thank you so much again for watching, and please be sure to subscribe to my channel and my vlog channel, and I will see you guys again real soon for some more reacts, reviews, and Muppet Mondays. What is this thing I keep doing, by the way? I don't know why, that just seems to come out. I don't know. Anyway, bye, Adorkable!